Hello Mr. D. First of all, to avoid confusion I will tell you who each person is in the game. He is Diego Arancibia, he is Roberto Jara, and he is Radu Milu.
Good morning viewers, Tulio is speaking to you from the channel 62 Minutes.
And this is 69 ready to kick off the new.
We have just witnessed a tragedy. A horse was given away in the vicinity of Cochihuas on the northeast route next to Tia Marina's house. Our reporter has more information. Juan Carlos, are you there?
Here we are, Tulio. Around the house of Doña Maria Briceño, an unusual event has happened. A horse was sent to the home of Mr. Briceño, who apparently seemed to be in good condition, but unfortunately for the animal, her teeth were locked out by the Lady Maria. It can be known because the lady made the horse feel bad, and it's suspected that previously there had been a conflict between both parties which made Mrs. Maria dishonor the gift. This made for Mrs. Claudia, who gave the horse, and for the Queen, life the maximum disgrace. We return with you to the studio, Tulio.
An unfortunate thing done in Cochihuas. The horse was humiliated by Mr. Maria. A horse is not gifted look. But we continue with the news.
This is a companion, and the population in Lamba was surprised by what happened. A large amount of chinchilla cordillerana skin was found in the house by the police, valued at 9,012. The police forces a gang of purchasers to surrender. 12. A police operation. In the compound was found approximately 12 kills in skin with a value of close to 90,000 pesos Chilenos were found, in which it was probably sold in the black market. The hunting of this endangered species is punished by the law of conservation of the Chilean flora and fauna. It is estimated that this exhaustive hunting of animals might 15 persons deployed to save. The latest example, the Ministry of the Environment made this order to protect the species that is currently close to extinction.
An unfortunate fact. Let's hope that so many lost lives can be recovered. In short, in a change of topic, and let me ask you, do you know what zoophilia is? No? The current university had its students create a study for their end-of-year thesis. The zoophilia was demonstrated by the university that is the one of the movements that represent almost the majority of young people today. Zoophilia is defined as the love of zoos and seeing an increase in these months, especially in the Zoo of Santiago with the 2 new acquisitions, consisting in 2 pandas species in danger of extinction. The animals in captivity make thousands of young people in love with the zoo enter in the cruiser daily. This makes people sleep at the doors of the establishment to be first enter. But where does this attraction to this establishment come from? Zoos were mentioned by experts as being a place where multiple interpretations have been made in the cinema. Combined with the new generation, young people are represented with zoos, so they can establish an effective relationship with them. Without a doubt, this allows young people to give a passionate display of adolescent excitement.
In other news, do you know which is the ideal pet? Will it be a dog, a cat, a hamster? No, none of them. The answer lies in an omnipotent animal that we all know, the capybaras, or commonly known as capybaras. Capybaras are rodents of the family of the cavids, classified as the largest and most massive rodent of all. But are they the best pet? These animals are intelligent, loving, affable. Even the capybaras can be educated with tricks, but behind all the good things, the capybaras must be protected by the caretakers. The animal should be provided with habitat by human, where it can completely moisten its skin in addition to recreating its habitat, because if it is dried out, it will make the rodent be at great risk of death. In addition to maintaining a feeding on herbs and stuff, but with the exception of choose indication, the begin must be looked after in the same way of other pets, but the significant advantage of having a capybara in your house is that you can read books with him until we accompaniment you to drink mate, and if you have other pet it will get excellent. For this reason I leave you invited to adopt a capybaras in an accredited institution. Of course, Diego, we go with you.
Interesting news about capybaras, which gives you an excellent footing for the next news. Did you know that capybaras being vegans despite meat consumption and have dared before start a legal process against companies that hunt systematically to species to commercialize its meat and skin? Capybara are represented by Autospina, which told you in an audio about their position of this topic.
Why humans have killed me? I started process legal to kill them.
Without a doubt, a great message with a lot of emotion and which makes the opinion clear of Autospina against Patty and children of Pinochet that consume the animal's skin and meat. They were sued the species this time is that they are given a trust value of 100,000 Carpathian pesos, about an estimated of $2,000. This was founded for them since it is the money that the lives of their pets had cost. Without a doubt an unprecedented fact before the emerging nation of animal that will mark a milestone in modern story.
In other news, we will talk to you about the world and something very interesting, an investigation carried out by your Duke's reporter Juan Carlos that will tell you more about this matter.
It all started when hippos were imported by Pablo Escobar from Azus in the New York for his personal collection of exotic animals on the Naples Hacienda, a 3,000-acre farm, now operating as a resort. The middle was proliferated by hippos, reaching an approximate population of 50. The species was considered invasive and the fierce animal had to be relocated, but its waste made impossible by the large amount of money that cost, 4,000 euros to be specific. Their sterilization was resorted to, but the animals are converted by the human invasion to a more aggressive tone. So the last resort of the Colombian state was to hunt a hippopotamus. But when the act was consummated, criticism from the world ran it down. This added to what affable are animals with the inhabitants of the area, which each year attract 50,000 visitors, and together with this, the economy circulated in the area, consolidating their state in that place. But are hippos really good? Should be considered the threat? In Africa and the world, they are considered an environment engineer because they modify the structure of environment. It has been seen that through their large size, they change the physical environment, in addition to eating grass from the earth and defecating in the sea, producing a transfer of terrestrial elements to the marine environment and therefore a change in ecosystem and creating other types of microorganisms. Not to mention that current animals are exposed there to these changes like fish that are exposed to predators, since they must rise since the cereal floor the pH is altered by feces of hippos. In short, the change, according to Jonathan Turing, an ecologist at the University of California who studies animals, ensure the change they may productive in the environment are unpredictable, which leaves open to speculation about what will happen to these animals, how they will develop in a completely new ecosystem for the native African species, and if this animal will give positive or negative change due in their habitat.
Thanks teacher for the mark 7.0 in the test. Are so cool super D 100% real no fake.